This is a frame that I got at the thrift store, and it has some chicken wire. It's probably a craft chicken wire. And, you know, if you have chicken wire, you got to have chickens. And I've already done one frame that had chicken wire in it. I'll link that down below. Turned out really cute. I gave that to my daughter-in-law. I'm going to have to remove this. But it has to have chickens. So I have made a pattern here for chicken, and I'm planning on finding me some thin wood and taking it out to the scroll saw and cutting that out. That's really what I think I'm going to do. I would like to have a rooster over here. It'd be a little taller, standing up. I kind of like to have a rooster over here, so I think I'll go to my Silhouette studio and find me a rooster. Okay, I found some thin wood. There is how thin it is. And I drew off my patterns. I just went ahead and done the one rooster. And I'm going to take it out to my scroll saw and cut it out. And normally I try to show a little bit of that, but the garage is so full, it's hard to maneuver around in there. My husband's been working on doing some tabletops, and the epoxies, putting epoxy on them, so I don't have a lot of room to maneuver, so I have to kind of scoot around stuff to even cut. But I'm going to take this out to the garage and cut it out now. I'm going to work on this screen a little bit. It's black. It needs some rust. Probably. And it's going to be messy on my mat, but my mat is silicone. I'll just take it to the sink and wash it off. I didn't want to get it on my frame, though. I just strung that across my frame. Okay. Well, that Mod Podge seems runny. I'm going to make a mess. It's going to waste a lot of cinnamon. I should have went ahead and put a plate under it, though. Well, get me a plate. Now, wasted all that, but I'll catch what I can now. I don't even know if it'll really show. That's good enough. I'll set that aside. Wished I had put a plate under there. If I don't move this cinnamon in a plate, I'm going to have it spilled everywhere. Now I'll do this one. All right. Now bring my plate back. Okay, I need a soft brush. Okay, I'm going to let that dry some. And pounce a little bit of the Mod Podge on it. Just a little bit here and there. Maybe give it a little rustier. I might go over it again too. But next time, I won't do that. Okay, I'm going to leave this frame. I'm not even going to paint it. I'm just going to wax it to bring back some of the color. Because it is black and distressed already. So I'm just going to do this to it. And I think that's helping. And I'm using the finishing wax by Jolie in brown. Use it a lot. I think that's helped the frame already. Okay, I believe that's all I'm going to do to this frame. I think it's working. And I don't know if you can see the rust on it. I like the way that looks. It's just not plain black. And this is brightening up the black and giving it a little richer tone. So that's going to make that easy. That's all I really had to do is cut the little clips off from it and give it a coat of brown wax. Now I've got to figure out what I'm going to do with my chickens. Okay, I'm going to use this Golden Sunset on the beaks and this red rust on the combs. And I think I'm going to have my hen, this color, the by Waverly, the plaster. And I think I'm going to go black on the rooster. But now I'm trying to decide whether I want them like that or like this. I'm thinking I like it like this. It does have these on the back already, but that's no big deal. I'm going to remove them and put one right there. Because I think I like them. I have, if I'm going to use it, I have more area that's smaller. Of course, I don't know if I will or not. I think I'm going to put it like that, but that doesn't matter with the color. So I'm going to get to painting these. And I got to get my stuff rounded up. And I think I am going to go black with that, with the rooster, and white with the hen. I'm going to start with the comb. And hope I don't get carried away with it. Trying to figure out how far to go down. I think that's good. Oh, went down a little. That's okay. Get to painting and not paying attention to what I'm doing. Sounds like my husband's home. Okay, now for the rooster. Right there. And his comb. He looks funny. Guess that's okay. Okay, I'll probably have to give this a second coat. Boy, he just looks funny. Okay, now the beak. Using the Golden Sunset by Apple Barrel. Okay, I'm going to finish this up and do the same with the chicken, the hen, and paint her plaster and him black. Then I should be ready to put my little picture together. Figure out what I'm going to do. I have my chickens painted, and I'm just going over this with some clear wax right fast, because I think I'm going to try putting on some black. Yeah, that's why I'm wiping that back. I did not want it that dark. The clear is going to let me wipe it back if I want to wipe it back. Okay, let me see. Kind of leave that on my edges. All right, I like the way that looks. Let's see, I don't know if I want to go with the brown or the black with that. This might pull out some color, deepen my black. Yeah, I think I'll just keep the black. It looks fine. It's not going to do a whole lot to the black chicken, but protect the color and richen it some. And I like it, yeah, I like that around the beak and the comb there. I'll get it on my feet, around the edges. All right, that looks good. Good enough. Now I've got to figure out how I'm going to kind of fix it up and decorate it. That was the Jolie black that I have out here in the black wax. And I used some Annie Sloan clear wax. So I think I want this on top and the rooster on the bottom. But I've got to figure out how I'm going to attach them. Okay, I went and got some of this type stuff, this seltzer, and I'm going to glue it to the wood, and hopefully it'll stay on enough to where I can glue the chicken on there and turn it over without it falling. I need to get something so I can push this down on there without burning my fingers. And this right in here for the rooster. I didn't put him on an S, I just made it look like it was on the ground. Okay, now, let's see. Got these sticking to my fingers with the glue gun, or the glue. Put her right in here and kind of attach her to that right in there. Actually, I'll put that on the chicken. And maybe that will hold her on there well enough to where if I flip her over, yeah, that's where I want it. I'm going to kind of hold that there like that and work on my rooster. See how I'm going to get him attached. He's a little tall. I should have cut a toe off. I wonder if I can clip some feet off because they won't show in that grass. So he won't be hitting the top. Yeah, he needs his feet cut off a little bit. And it's too late to adjust the pattern right now. That works. That would have made that pattern a lot easier. Okay, now. If I have to add the glue showing, I can add a little more stuff over top of his feet. Yeah, that's going to make it where I can turn it over and glue it on the back. Now, I'm going to turn it over. I don't know really where I want to put. I got some little books here. See how he wanted to fall? I needed something to hold him up while I glue him down to this. And I wonder, should I probably ought to put some burlap on the back of this. Now, I am going to hold this for a bit, but I won't keep you while I'm doing that till that totally cools. And then I'm going to go in with some, I'm going to go ahead and just glue it all on, but this is the gist of what I'm doing. Because I've got to get it attached to this chicken wire. And that's the only way I can figure out. I'll hot glue it, and then I'm going to put some of this on for more permanent hold. And I'll probably put some burlap or something on the back of this. I've got it all glued down, and I've started working on decorating it just a bit. I added a little more of this in front of her, so she just give her a little something, because I didn't want to put, like I'm putting some Sweet Annie down here around him, like he's out around, you know, around the coop or something. And I'm going to add a little more, like some around his feet. Just a little more of the Sweet Annie. Maybe something else. I am not really sure. Am I straight or crooked here and in frame? And then maybe, I don't know. I'm going to have to look at it for a little bit. And when I come back, I'll have it finished. And it'll just be little things I've added. Like, I think I'm going to go ahead and put the burlap on the back. Put some more down around here. Maybe if I can find any kind of something that fits in with this, I'll use it. If not, it'll just be the Sweet Annie. Okay, I ended up putting the black check behind this because I tried other things and I just did not care for them. And I got to looking, I think my seltzer is just too bright. So I'm going to try putting some of this cinnamon and coffee mixture on it. It may not be dark enough, but it'll be better than it was. Or is now. Boy, that sounded hicky, didn't it? Now. Oh, mercy. I don't know. It's not soaking in very well. But I think it's helping. Yeah, it's not quite as light as it was. I'll have to let it dry. Where did my paper towel go? Get this off the wood. That's better to me. That is better. It's not that I'm trying to make it look real old or anything. But I should have done this before I put my Sweet Annie and everything on there. But I wasn't thinking. And I'm still not done. I have put some Sweet Annie and some little pieces of flowers that I got off of, or got out of, I bought from Hobby Lobby. Oh, mercy. And I'm trying to figure out what else to do with it, because I still think it needs something else. I just don't know what it is. So I'm going to sit here and look at it and figure it out. And it may end up staying just the way it is. Alright, I finished this up. I ended up taking the Bowdabra and making a little bow. And I made me a tag. This was a full-size image that I bought off of Etsy. And I brought in some tags that I had and picked one in my Silhouette software. And I resized it and put it inside the little tag. And then I went and hit crop, and it went in there perfectly. And then I duplicated it, and I made some different sizes and printed it out on a sheet of just your craft paper cardstock. And that's how I made the tag. And I'm going to call this project done. I went out to the garage and I had some 2x6s. My husband saved me some scraps. And I went out there and cut them down to the size I need. And my sizes that I cut, I took the 2x6, I cut a little bit off the top here and just cut it the width I wanted it. Okay, this is about almost 5, just shy of 5 inches tall. and about 4 1/4 wide. And this one, I think, is about the same height. Yeah, it's the same height at 5. And wide is going to be almost 4 inches. Even if I made it 4 inches, it would have been fine. But to start with, I am going to put a coat of the Folk Art Antiquing Wax on here. And I wished I'd have got my tray that turns, because I'd rather make a mess on it. But anyways, this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to give both of these blocks this antique color, or antique wax in brown. I'll wipe them back just a little bit, because I want it to stay dark, so I'm not going to wipe it back a lot, just enough to get the wet off from it. And I'm going to let them dry. And then I'm going to figure out what color I'm going to use from there. Probably the Plaster by Waverly. That's what I'm leaning towards. But I'm going to finish this up, and I'll come back when I have this done. Now I'm going to try pouring my chickens with the amazing casting resin. And this is the 2 to 3 minute setup. And I believe I've only used this once, and I messed up. Yeah, because I was going to pour part A and part B, and I ended up pouring part B both in one. So they're not equal now. But I've only used it that one time, and I messed up. And I'm not sure how much of this to use. I don't know. I think I'll pour it at the 15 mark line. And that'd be double that. That should be, hopefully, enough. You know what? I'm going to go up to the 20, just to make sure. It shouldn't take a whole lot, though. But I do have some molds sitting here, just in case I have some extra. So, that's what I'm going to do. Going to put that at the 20. And this is part A. There, that's 20. And I have 2 different cups to use. Set that aside. I don't want to pour it twice. Uh-oh. There, came open. I didn't think I was going to get it open there for a minute. I should have put my gloves on. Before I do anything, I'm going to put some gloves on. Now, part B, I want it at the 20. There we go. Both equal amounts, and I can tell they're right because they're different colors. Oh, I think I mixed up way too much. I really do. I'm going to pour in the part A. Do the scraping so I get it all out of there. Now I'll pour in the part B. Yeah, I mixed up way too much. And I've got to get to stirring. You only have 2 or 3 minutes to work with this. And I think it's cloudy. It's a cloudy color now. Once it turns a clear, I think you're ready to go. I believe that is all clear. Kit Kat, please don't. That would not be good. Okay, I'm clear. pour it in the chicken first. Kind of hard to see if you're getting down in the... I think that worked. It's running down into the legs. I can trim it if I need just a little bit. It's already turning white. I got to get to pouring. I don't guess I did mix up a whole lot too much. Am I in that tail? I can't really tell. Okay, now I need pour it in this little chicken here. And I got enough maybe for this nest. Oh boy. Well, that'll come off that mat. I poured out way over too much. That matte silicone, it'll come off from it. Yeah, you can't tell you're pouring too much. You really can't. It's clear. It's setting up. Probably ought to just leave it alone now. Okay, I'm just going to leave it for a minute. It's setting up. Leave it alone. Let it do its thing. Okay, I'm going to let this do its thing and I'll be back. Okay, I pulled these two out. Of course, I cut or poured them a little just right after these. So these should be ready. I just left them a little longer because some parts were thicker. Make sure, yeah, that's going to come right up off my mat. And I know I'm going to have to trim them because I went way out of the molds. They're still warm. I'm going to be careful with those feet, though. They're really delicate. Small. Come on, don't rip. All right. Now, I'll take my little scissors that I have here, and I'll go around and trim them up and clean them up so they're more detailed and don't have all that epoxy on the edges. I won't have you sit here and watch me do that. So that's what I'm going to be working on now. I'm going to trim these up so I can use them. Well, I have them trimmed, and I'm going to use just this Fabri-Tac because it says it adheres to wood, fabric, lace, glass, dries clear. So I'm just going to use it because that's what I come up with. So... and I really don't want it oozing out around the... and I'm telling you, I don't want it... I better finish my sentence. I don't want it oozing out, so I'm going to be kind of careful with that. And this sets up fast. I think that will do. It's pretty much coated all over. Okay, I wanted that to go, I think like that, yeah. I'm trying to make sure I have it centered. I think that looks good. Right on the end. Without getting too much. It's looking pretty good. And this one about right. there. All right, I'm going to let this dry and then do some kind of painting on it. All right, I think these are dry enough now. And I'm going to coat the whole thing with Antique White by Delta, the ceramic coat. The chicken, the wood, all of it. All right, I have them waxed and wiped back just a little bit. So wish me luck on how these turn out. See, yeah, I'm going to have to put some on there. I thought maybe I had enough on it that I wouldn't have to, but nope. Here goes nothing. Or here goes the wax, actually. Let's see how this turns out. Rub it down in that rooster real good. Or chicken. This is the chicken. And once again, I should have had my gloves on. Just hitting this a little bit back here in the back. And I should have got, do I have, yeah, here's a piece. I was going to say I needed some t-shirt material. Kit Kat, you can go somewhere else. Got a little too much off right in there, I think. I want to frame around the piece too. In the dark wax, black wax. Now I'll just set that back there and do the same thing now with the rooster. You know what I was going to do and I forgot to do when I saw that? I was going to distress them. I was sure wondering why it wasn't turning out how I liked it. Well, I'll finish this up and then I'll do that. Okay, I just took them out to the garage real fast. And let's see how that's going to look. I think that looks better. And after this, you know me, I like to put a handle or something on them. I don't like to leave them plain. And the handles I wanted on them are too long. So I had to dig through handles. All right, I think that looks a lot better. I like that distressing around there. It just gave it a little something, just being, it was just plain. Now, I've picked out two handles, and I'm going to have to paint them or something, spray paint them or something. Well, actually, these are some that my husband gave me that I've used on a lot of them. And the handle on here just was too, the board wasn't wide enough to me. It didn't look right. So I'm going to put this one on here. What I'll do is I'll take and drill a hole here and put a little dowel rod or some, you know, the kebab screw, whatever they are. I can't ever say that word. Okay, anyways, I'll run that in there and here, and then I'll glue that down on there like that. And I'm not sure, but I'm thinking since this is in a black tone, I might go ahead and paint both of these black. I definitely am not going to leave this gold. And I'll do the same thing with the little sticks and the holes here. And I'm pretty sure that will be finished. So I'm going to finish this up then. I'll finish both of these and come back and show you how they look. And if I just happen to just show a picture, I want to tell you all thank you. I reached 5,000 subscribers. Well, I've went over that now. And my next goal is 10,000. May take me another 2 or 3 years, but that is my next goal. And without you all, I couldn't have done any of that. So I want to tell you all thank you. And until the next one, we'll see you later.